Now these were ball games, yes. NFL primetime division style Sunday. Chris Berman along with wait a minute. Boogers on the college front. Herm Edwards, an old friend. I don't mean that you're old.
No.
We met in 1980 when he was playing defensive back extraordinaire for the Eagles. Welcome home.
Good to see you again, my friend.
Nice to see you. This is football, right?
Yes.
I mean, look, we had the number 1 seeds yesterday. Home ice, okay for Kansas City. No ice in Detroit. That didn't work. Home ice Philly and home ice Buffalo. Would they be able to stand tall on their home field? How much advantage would it be? That's what we're here for.
We're going to show them what happened.
You ready to rock and roll with me?
I'm ready to roll.
All right, well, look, two guys who are as good at the position as there are. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Two teams thinking Super Bowl, and well, they should. Baltimore at Buffalo. Except the game was in Buffalo. As they call it, the Ralph. It was cold. Here we go. Ravens at Bills. Which one may be the MVP? One's been a two-time MVP. Who would stand tallest? Oh, by the way, Derrick Henry running with abandon. John Harbaugh, Sean McDermott, longtime friends, coach's assistant under Andy Reid in Philly. Snow falling. None of that counts now. First drive, Lamar scrambling for 9 yards on 3rd and 8. Ravens get ball first, as we said. Then Lamar, what about the arm? It's cold. It's likely he would go to Isaiah. Cleats fit perfectly. 39-yard gain. Here comes Baltimore inside the red zone. 3rd and 3. No Zay Flowers, but Rashad Bateman is there. Touchdown, just like that 7-0 Baltimore.
Right down the field, Lamar Jackson makes a statement going on the road. Big-time throw there, touchdown, Ravens.
And it looked pretty easy, even though the Bills were stacking it up for Henry at the time. Now Buffalo gets ball. 3rd and 8 on 32. Slot receiver, but not in the slot here. Khalil Shakir, leading receiver Buffalo. If you looked at the stats, 34 yards. First down Bills. 4th and 2 at the 26. Of course, Josh Allen's going to get it as they go for it. Rushes for 7.
Hey, give me the ball. I'll make a first.
Yes, it's kind of a big game. Second to go at the 1. Ray Davis, youngster. So each team with the ball once, each team with a touchdown once. 7-7, game on. 4 minutes left first quarter. 2nd and 11, Ravens on 27. Lamar. Oh, that's the overthrow badly. Looking for Bateman. Taylor Rapp is right there. Just a bad toss.
Yeah, bad toss. A receiver looked like he busted the route. Good job by the safety coming over and catching the ball at the high point.
And so, Rapp would leave the game, hip injury, but the Ravens don't give up anything. Then they forced the Bills to punt. Second quarter was 7-7. Jackson. Mark Andrews drops the pass.
Yeah, this is going to come back and bite him again later on in this game.
And he's so reliable. Next play. Whoa, that's crazy. And Lamar almost loses snap. It's a fumble. Damar Hamlin knocks it loose. Look at Von Miller. He could go a lot of the way.
Von Miller makes a big-time play.
Oh, look at him bust out the sprint. And that was Justice Hill that stopped it. Just a crazy play.
And in the presence of obviously Miller to pick it up and run with it, right?
Yep. It started with kind of the snap was off. At any rate, another turnover. So this time the Bills say, let's capitalize. 2nd and 7, Allen to Shakir. 13-yard game, first down Bills. Second and goal, Josh Allen. The Buffalo Stampede. All right, we'll go with it. And the Bills lead 14-7 at home. Ravens kick a field goal with Tucker, 14-10, under 2 to go in the half. Incomplete to Keon Coleman, but a flag could have been either way.
Yeah, a little snuggling there.
Maybe nothing.
It should have been a no call, in my opinion. Should have been a no call.
And former Bill, who was great for them before knee injuries, Tre'Davious White is the one, oddly enough, called on it. Automatic first down. Bills, what do you think's going to happen? You're right. Josh Allen, touchdown. Steve McNair, Otto Graham, Josh Allen, only quarterbacks in NFL history to have multiple playoff games with 2 or more rushing touchdowns. 21-10 at the half. Now third quarter. Ravens have field goal 21-13. Kyle Van Noy. Now the Ravens stopping the Bills two straight series. Ravens have a field goal. That's Van Noy's had a hell of a year.
Really good year for the Ravens. And now the Ravens, they feel the emotion of the game, and all of a sudden the momentum is in the Ravens' hands. All of a sudden, there goes the big fella, Derrick Henry.
Well, did you say momentum? Yeah, don't get in the way of that freight train. 17 yards at this point. Okay, here comes Baltimore. They haven't altered their game plan, nor should they. Justice Hill, justice is served with a big run. Driving all the way down to the 5, first and goal. It's going to be, well, yeah, let's stop asking how everybody's doing. And then Henry, 5-yard touchdown, and the Ravens are going to go for 2. Down 21-19 toward the end of the third quarter. But Henry, they don't give it to him. The ball's tipped, so Matt Milano, who was everywhere, tips the ball.
That's going to come back later on.
That call. Under 9 to go in the game. Jackson, Andrews, but Terrell Bernard, who did not play the first time that Derrick Henry had 199 yards against the Buffalo Bills early in the season. He forced it and recovers it.
Great play, just punching it out. All of a sudden, the Buffalo Bills get the ball back, and here we go, Buffalo.
So 3 turnovers to none. Allen to Ty Johnson on 2nd and 5. First down, Bills. Just over 4 to go. Josh from the 1, always going to be stopped for a 2-yard loss.
A loss, yes.
And so correctly, a kick field goal and go up 27-19. One-score game, but they need a touchdown to Baltimore. So Lamar, his moment, 3:29 to go. Throws it to Wallace, 27 yards. The Ravens got a penalty on the kickoff, pushed them all the way back to the 10, hurting themselves. But here comes Lamar to Mark Andrews, 19 yards down to the 24. Then Lamar, could this be career-defining in some ways? That's a heavy statement, but look at the time. He makes more time. It's likely he's going back to Isaiah. It's a touchdown.
The tight ends were a problem for the Buffalo Bills all night.
And then going for 2. But Henry decoy again. Oh, he had Mark Andrews.
Oh, boy. This is one that got away from him. Oh, boy.
So they got to try an onside kick. They don't get it. Classy move. The 2 quarterbacks with time even left on the clock.
Yes.
With Baltimore couldn't stop it. And the Buffalo Bills outlast the Baltimore Ravens in single-digit real field weather. Bills 27, Ravens 25. The Ravens outgain them. They had the big last drive, but after the game, Josh Allen and the Bills go to the championship game for the first time in several years. The exhale.
What was so different about this game versus the first time you played the Ravens defensively?
I feel like we did a good job stopping the run. Our defense came out. We got takeaways, which was huge, and we didn't get a lot of those in the first game, but just making sure we focused on the run. They still popped some, but I feel like we did a good job.
Well, Josh Allen did exhale. We didn't have that on camera. It was Taron Johnson, one of the Bills that didn't play that first time against Henry. Where do we start? We start with Josh. Look, they were outgained, but if you just look at stats that way, they were not out-turnovered 3-0. And we have stats on that coming up in a moment. But the Ravens had so many chances, especially late in a classic drive, but they couldn't button it up. They didn't play a clean game, and in the end, it cost them. And the 2-point conversion, the 2 plays.
Dropped passes, 2-point conversions, right? All these things add up. Turnovers. That's how you lose tight games like this. And this is what actually came back to get them. The Buffalo Bills played a clean game for the most part. Josh Allen, you knew, was going to be involved in all these offensive plays. This is Buffalo. This is why they, home field advantage helped them in this game. There's no doubt about it. The crowd was involved in it. Lamar played excellent, both these quarterbacks, but at times missed opportunities right here. Big-time play here by the Buffalo Bills. They created turnovers, and turnovers in games like this, another turnover. Just, and the conditions, at the end of the day, the turnovers and the missed opportunities on the 2-point conversions got them.
What did, let me look at this here because I want to make sure that I'm right. I'm still looking here. Derrick Henry, 84 yards. So that in itself stands out. We knew that Sean McDermott would defensively change some things. And it wasn't like he did, okay, this is how we're playing the whole game. Except for a couple of runs like third quarter when we thought the tide was turning. What did Buffalo do that maybe surprised the Ravens? Because Henry under 100 yards is a major win.
Well, I thought at times on running plays, they brought pressure. They hit gaps. They were in the backfield. Never allowed Henry to get generated and going. And at times when they didn't, Henry hit the hole and ran. But I thought at times they would bring pressure, to stop the run, not to get to the quarterback, but basically to stop the run. Did a nice job of changing up coverages and fronts on the Baltimore Ravens.
I think they were a little surprised. Yes. A little. That offensive line of Baltimore, by the way, the Buffalo offensive line I thought played very well. They ran at times. I know the stats will show Baltimore had more yards, but that isn't always the thing. They thought that they would have an advantage that Buffalo's defense, not that they're light by any means. The Bills' defense had other ideas, maybe with scheme, but maybe the way they bulked up. They did not lose the battle to the Baltimore offensive line. That's what I saw.
That's exactly right. They did not gash them. At times they made some runs, but for the most part, that front of the Buffalo Bills did a fantastic job of not allowing the big explosive plays by Derrick Henry. Now, he's going to make some runs, but here again, held him under 100 yards.
Oh.
Right? That's a big-time effort by this defense.
No kidding. Well, here it is. I mean, the Ravens, look, they ended up running for 176 because, Hill had a good game and Lamar. But, and the Bills ran for 147, better than I think Baltimore thought, the number one rush defense team in football. Remember I said Josh Allen exhaled?
Yes.
We now have it on camera.
It's what we've worked for is an opportunity to play another week. We don't want our season to end on a loss, and this gives us an opportunity to keep going, but we'll enjoy this one. A lot to learn from this one. Obviously wasn't pretty, but these playoff games, man, you got to win by one. That's all that matters.
Hey Josh, what was it like in that locker room just now? Is it excitement, relief, looking forward?
It's a lot of everything. We're excited. A lot of pride in that locker room. I said it in my post game. We don't listen to the outside noise, but everyone was saying this and that about us, and we didn't have enough talent, weren't good enough to be in these positions, and our guys just continue to work hard, and we're internally driven. We love each other, and I think you saw how much we played for each other there.
Josh, what goes in?
Look, and we're not disrespecting what Detroit was or what Philly is. This isn't a Super Bowl or discussion or anything. But Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City, three teams that we all knew could win the Super Bowl, and they certainly think that, and Buffalo and Kansas City still have that chance next week. We'll get to that game. If you're Baltimore, how do you – it's not like you couldn't win in there. It's not like they were clutch at the end. They started going, and defense got stops the first two drives in the third quarter, but they got three. They never quite tied the game.
Right.
If you're Baltimore, what do you fly home other than bitterly disappointed? What are you wondering, geez, maybe if we had only what?
Missed opportunities, Boom. We said it earlier. We turn the ball over. At the end, it catches you. The only way you give the opponent the ball is kick it. You kick it to him. Yeah. You don't give it to him, just kick it to him. Yeah. And generally, four times of kicking it, 3 times you score with those kicks, right? The other time you just punt.
The
other time you just punt it. Okay, well, we just punt it.
Make sure it's not blocked.
That's exactly right. And when you look at the Buffalo Bills, they were playing with a lot of energy, knowing that, you know what, we got to beat these guys. We have to beat. We have a home game. We have to win this game at home. And it's a great game to watch. Both quarterbacks played outstanding. There's no fault in anyone here.
No.
But at the end, the little things matter. And when you turn the ball over, it gets you.
Yeah. And the Bills on the year 10-0 at home.
10-0.
And they're going to be on the road now. But they'll take their chances. They haven't been in the championship game for a little bit. And the usual is standing right there, which we'll talk about in a moment. For Baltimore, the first 2-point conversion call, I hated it. That's just me. What do I know? I don't know. It's just second one they would have made. Then we have overtime.
Yep. But
that's just me.
No, but you're right. I mean, it's you'll look back at those things and you got all offseason to think about it now. That's the sad part.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's on this, but classy Ravens coach John Harbaugh after the game trying to thaw out, trying to make sense of what almost happened but didn't.
Proud of our football team. Proud of the season. I told these guys in the locker room that hold their heads high because they did everything that a football team can do to be the best football team it can be throughout the course of the season. A resilient team, a tough team, a team that faced every challenge and just fought and stayed together and worked hard and made the most of every single day. They were a joy to be around every single day and did everything they could do to be the best they could be. So I'm proud of them. We didn't win this game, disappointing, of course. It's a big game. We didn't end up doing the things we needed to do to win the game. We played well enough to win, but we didn't make the plays, or we had the circumstances, and give the Bills a lot of credit for the plays that they made. What questions you have?
Tough one, classy as always,
Yes.
and they'll be back. It's not like, oh boy, they really bottomed out. They didn't.
No.
There's Buffalo on the road in 7 degrees.
That's exactly right. I mean,
They won't feel better about that. Not their excuse.
no, and that's the hard part, playoff competition. When you lose, there's a finality to it.
Yeah, well, you know.
You're done.
Brutal.
It is.
So, Derrick Henry had 199 the first game, and this time 84. Now, Saquon Barkley had 255 yards against the Rams the first game earlier this year. Could the L.A. Rams, playing with a lot of emotion on a couple of unbelievable weeks for them, not only winning football, that's like the little part of it, representing a city that's been tragedy after tragedy, and trying to hold the torch, if you will. That's the wrong expression. I shouldn't have used it, but trying to just show how strong and resilient the city would be. But they would go into the city of brotherly love. Philadelphia Eagles, the number 2 seed, hosting the Rams, who after a 1-4 start are coming. But Philly, you know what they have.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you think Saquon dressed for business?
He's dressed very dapper there.
That's quite a business meeting he's going to. Stafford and Hurts and Jalen Hurts. Second and 4 at the 44, zone read. Oh, Jalen Hurts! It's not Saquon, it's Hurts right around the side.
Wow.
44-yard touchdown, but Elliott misses the extra point, but it's 6-0 Philly. Rams first possession. Matthew Stafford. Oh, Quinion Mitchell tackled short of the first time. Mitchell hurt. Stafford grimacing, both hurt.
Yeah, Mitchell left, and then the rookie corner had to come in, and he saw some balls come his way once he entered the game.
At fourth down, the Rams are going to go for it. Kyron Williams, who ran for over 100, first down, L.A. Third and goal from the 4. Stafford. Boy, I mean, it was Kelsey and Ertz a day ago. Another tight end here, Tyler Higbee. Rams make the kick. They're up 7-6. Under a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Look out! Saquon! He could go all the way!
Oh, boy.
Coat on, coat off, touchdown, 2 explosive runs. Eagles, they lead 13-7, both of those in the first quarter. Hurts, A.J. Brown,
Got to catch that one.
You
got to catch that one, A.J. That's one you have to catch.
It was right before the end of the half with a minute to go in the half. And so 30 seconds to go in the half rather than have the ball at the 3. Omar Speights. There's a fumble, but Kenneth Gainwell, it would have been a turnover, but the Eagles fell on it. They did kick a field goal, make it 13-10 at the half. Stafford, third quarter. Cooper Kupp. At times, he could hit Kupp and Nakua, but at other times, they kind of disappeared for a quarter. First and goal at the 8. Oh, no! Trying to hand off to Williams. He falls on a Keith possession.
This is where the weather plays a factor. Ball's a little heavy, slippery. Got away from him.
See, home ice.
Yeah.
Philly, Buffalo, Rams kick field goal. We're tied at 13. Under 4 to go in the third. Jalen McCullough is sacking Hurts. They sacked him 7 times after 9 last week. Hurts literally hurt.
Yes. You were nervous about this one, how they bent him back. Obviously got to the sideline. Trainers got to him and came back into the game.
So, Eagles kick field goal, 16-13. Then in the end zone, look out, Gallimore and Keir Thomas. It's a safety. And the Rams defense, the young Rams defense, bringing it 16-15 the score. But in the fourth quarter, but they get the ball. Remember, it could be like 9 points. But what happened?
Fumble.
Jalen Carter forced it. Isaiah Rodgers has it down to the 10. Turnover, Rams. Eagles force it.
And Jalen Carter was a dominant player in this game. Big punch out. Eagles find a way to pick it up and opportunity to score.
Now third and goal from the 2. Saquon, is he in? Well, they say yeah, and then they review not quite.
Not so fast, huh? Elbow down before ball hit line. Okay.
Well, that's all right. You know what's coming? It's the tush push, except for Lane Johnson, one of the best in the game, a false start.
How about that?
So we go back to the 6, and so it's a field goal.
Field goal.
And so it's not a touchdown. It's only, they're up 4, 19-15, but LA has momentum, 3rd and 10. but the Eagles can sack it too.
Yeah.
There's Nolan Smith with the sack of Stafford. Fumble! Zach Bond, who played a big game, has had a great year.
Big game. Big time fumble there by the Rams.
Rams defense hold them to field goal. 22-15, still a one-score game until Saquon. He ran to the right, and now he's going to the left. 78-yard dancing through the snow. Hit a one-horse open.
Oh, boy.
Slide,
huh?
Oh, my
he's
goodness.
He's fast in the snow, Boom. Right?
He called Shady McCoy. He said, how'd you have that big game in the snow? Well, this is how you run. Well, he listened. Jake Elliott kicked 3 field goals, but he missed 2 extra points.
Oh, boy.
28-15, you figure,
Yeah, it's okay. No, the Rams don't go away.
28-15, under 4 minutes to go. They're not going to come back. All of a sudden, prevent defense, and the Rams throwing quickly and throwing 15 yards down the field a lot. Herm Tutu Atwell.
That's exactly right. If you give Matthew Stafford time, he can rip you apart
and here's a tight end. Here's another tight end, Colby Parkinson, 28-22, one-score game. Eagles, 2nd and 7. Kobe Turner with the sack. Force an Eagle punt. To the Rams, Matthew Stafford. We've seen him do it many times.
If you're a Philly fan, here we go.
Under 2, DeMarcus Cuckoo Robinson, first down. Next play, Stafford.
Down the boundary.
Nakua, he's in.
He is in. Great catch. Coverage there was good as well, but just marvelous throw by Stafford.
What a catch, under a minute to go. Stafford, just over a minute. Stafford back to pass, but Jalen Carter, that young leader of the Eagles front with the huge play. 4th and 11, 32 seconds. Stafford, Nakua, Kyron Williams was open. Would he have made the first down? We don't know.
Carter
Take another
again.
look.
Yeah, Carter again.
But
Had to throw it. That's exactly right.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
Home ice. Buffalo Bills. Home ice. Each withstand a late drive by their opponent. And in the end, the Eagles are hosting the championship game for the 2nd time in 3 years. They will host division foe upstart Washington. 28-22 Philadelphia, to the chagrin of Sean McVay.
I didn't see any other way other than us winning that game. And I think everybody in that locker room and all the coaches felt that way. And man, football, it can bring you the highest of highs, and man, it can bring you the lowest of lows. Today's a tough one because of the love and appreciation you have for all the people in that locker room.
Felt like as an offense we had them on the ropes. I bet they probably felt it too, and we were moving the rock really well the last 2 drives, and then just a couple kind of unforced errors here and there, and got behind the sticks. And you do that against a team like that with a defense like that, it's going to be a difficult thing to overcome.
For him to rush the passer the way that he did, and our group rush the way that we did in moments of where the footing wasn't great, that to me, that was a championship effort by the defense, and we earned a right to play for a championship, the NFC Championship this week against a really good football team.
JC's so special, man. He's going to be one of the ones, and I ain't trying to put too much on him right now, but going against him and now being on the same side of him, and talking to him on the sideline before that, and look in my eye and let me know that he's going to make the play. And he's one of one. So it was big. I love the support from the sideline, from the fans. The offense, we all were standing up, supporting our defense, and that's what it takes, man. It takes every single one of us. We want to accomplish what we want to accomplish. It's going to be a team effort, and we did that today.
Saquon Barkley, again over 200 against the Rams, 205 on those 2 long runs. Nobody touched him.
No.
He's special, so's the line when they open holes like that.
Yeah, and you think about what he's been able to do. He has actually run this team into the championship game.
Very well stated.
Right? When you think about what he's done. He's over a 2,000-yard rusher, and I understand that with playoff competition as well, but he's explosive. He's very explosive. And when you give him the ball, you never know. It could be a 5-yard game. It could be a 25-yard game. And this is what he brings to the table. He puts fear in the defense. You're nervous every time he touches the ball.
Well, they had a right to be nervous,
Yes.
right? And what did Saquon do today with 205 yards in Eagle history? The team's been around a few years. Well, it's the best rushing game ever in playoff history.
Wow.
Philadelphia Eagles. You have to go back to the muddy L.A. Coliseum against, oddly enough, the LA Rams Hall of Famer Steve Van Buren, 196. And then, Herm, I don't know if you remember this. It was a championship game at the Vet against Dallas. What was it, second, third play of the game? Wilbert Montgomery, your teammate.
Our teammate, and I tell you what, tremendous football player. When that play happened, we knew we had won the game already.
So did those guys without their shirts. And by the way, take a look, because I don't forget, who's number 40?
Oh, hey, how about that?
Is that the all-time playoff leading interceptor for the Philadelphia Eagles?
That be the guy, number 46. And you know what, Boom? When you win that game and you're going to the Super Bowl, there's no other feeling like it.
Yeah, well, defense, right? You heard Coach Sirianni talk about it. How about that young front, especially?
Oh.
And Slay was big. I mean, a lot of heroes for Philly.
No, this is the number one defense of football, and they showed up today, and they needed to against a good Ram team. And think about, you got to give the Rams a lot of credit, what they have gone through with the city of Los Angeles and that area down there with the fires and things of this nature, what this team had to do, how they had to practice. They came into Philly and gave them a fight. They're a good football team, this Ram bunch.
Rams? With a big-time coach and a big-time quarterback who played and coached big time, you betcha. But Philadelphia, like the coach said, earned it, and, so now game ball. So I know where we could go for Philadelphia, but let's not be obvious on the show. Who do you have? Because the running back's pretty good. But who else do you have, Herm?
I'm going to give it to a defensive guy. How about Jalen Carter?
Defense, that's you.
He was unbelievable today. I mean, when you look at some of the numbers he put up today, he sacked the quarterback, 2 sacks, 4 quarterback pressures. He forced a fumble. He was all over the place. And on the last play, when they had the ball and Stafford was trying to throw it, he put pressure on Stafford up the middle where the throw was a little bit underthrown. So I'm going to give Jalen Carter his props today. Did an outstanding job for this defense.
Well, guess what? Josh Allen, you can do it. I mean, he just wills this team. Yeah. Only 2 Pro Bowlers. He's one of them. Left tackle Deion Dawkins. The other one doesn't have the cast that maybe some, but it doesn't matter. The ball comes out quick. The runs, you know that he's going to take over. He scored 2 touchdowns. Remember the span this year that he had 10 touchdowns passing and rushing in a 2-game span? And so now, the early game next Sunday, Washington at Philly. The late game for the 4th time. Patrick Mahomes tries to stave off Josh Allen and the Bills. It's where almost all of them, not last year, have been at Arrowhead. Mahomes has won the 3. And, of course, one of them was one of the great games of all time, obviously. The overtime and 13 seconds and tied. Everybody remembers, I know, Buffalo. But this has been hanging over their heads, but they get their chance to slay the dragon. Can they? We'll see. We haven't really had enough time to really stir this up. They're a different Bills team, but the Chiefs find a way to win no matter what.
Correct. And the Chiefs, at the end of the day, are chasing history.
Yeah.
Bottom line, they're chasing history.
There's a reason teams haven't won 3 in a row.
This is that.
But this is a different team. No team trying for 3 in a row has even made it to the Super Bowl.
Correct.
I mean, people should remember that. And Philly, they split the regular season with Washington. Washington is better each week.
Yeah, and Washington has this young quarterback that's chasing history as well, Jaden Daniels. He's really good. I mean, when you think about what he's been able to do with this organization and this football team, to put him in this position, to play in the championship game and have a chance to go to the Super Bowl as a rookie quarterback.
They won 4 games last year.
It's historic.
They won 14 so far. You know what? I do want to say this. We do want to say this. The first playoff game, Russell Baxter slid this in my pocket. Houston had some turnovers and they beat the Chargers. The other 9, including the 2 on this day, the winning team had no turnovers. You know, you could look at next gen and tonic. You can look at every stat you want. Turnovers. You win the turnover battle, I like your chances. 9 for 9 after the first game. You don't make a turnover? Keep that in mind when you watch next week's game.
Remember the rule. Kick it. You kick it to the opponent. The 4 times you kick it, 3 times are good. The other time you punt it.
I never looked at it that way.
That's how it works.
That's why we have you here every now and then, Herb. Don't forget, and we are on next week. And, this is Josh and Mahomes.
Oh, boy.
So here it is. I mean, the 21 divisional was the one we're talking about. AFC Championship game, the Bills were younger, some different. 21 divisional, 13 seconds.
And then
went to overtime. And then last year in Buffalo, a 3-point game. The Chiefs, do they have their number? Or when only Tom Brady and Peyton Manning faced off against each other more than these guys will as quarterbacks, this will be 4. Tom won the first 2. And people forget, Peyton won the next 3. 1 as a Colt and 2 as a Broncos.
Correct.
So, none of these guys are changing uniforms, by the way. That's a scoop.
And you're looking at 2 quarterbacks. You're talking about Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. They're Hall of Famers. So just enjoy it, because this is going to be a heck of a football game.
It'll be interesting to see what Andy Reid comes up with and how Sean McDermott, who has beaten them, and remember, they're the only team to beat the starters of the Chiefs in the regular season, the Buffalo Bills. Now it's at Arrowhead. Can they do it again? On to Championship Sunday, we are here on ESPN The Regular after the games are over. For Herm, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching.